Hello, well builders, and hello, Fire Dove Squad. You are welcome to another show time. This is Fire Dove Show, and I am super excited to have you here to be spending this lunch time with you. For some of us that are already in our lunch time, and of course for some of us that we're going to join us even as we continue this live, and for a lot of us that they're going to be watching this as a replay, I want to say thank you so much for joining me and thank you for doing life with you at this moment. Super excited. My name is Omolola Oyewumi, fondly called Lola Wealth, and I am talking about something very interesting today. Guess what? Our topic is the CEO level money standard. CEO money level standard. And we started this conversation last week. And of course, we are taking it up to a higher level today because we are not just having that two stream of income and three streams of income. We are not just establishing another stream of income because we want to grow our net worth and our that want to grow our net worth and our income alone or our revenue, but we want to create a system. We want to have the CEO level money standard that is going to guide us or guard us or be a guardrail as we are building our wealth. And I want to say thank you to my team members. They are at the back end. They are, making this possible. Thank you so much, everyone. So before we get in, I wanted to put it in the chat. Where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us from? Put it in the chat. I know we have a global audience. So I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining us from in the part of the world. But I wanted to put it in the chat. Where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us from? And we'll be, looking at the chat. If you have any question, please put it in the chat. And of course, for some of us that are going to be watching this in the replay, we'll put it in this comment section or put it in the description or comment section, I would say. And then we'll be able to answer all your questions. Trust me, ask us anything related to money, to wealth building. We are going to be able to help you answer that. And we have some audience on YouTube as well. So I'll put it in the comments as well. We are super excited to have you here. I know you want to take your money to your next, you want to take your money, your finances, personal, business, when it comes to everything around your finances, you want to take it to the next level. And that is why you are here. Do you see? Thank you so much. And just like I said, most people think that the difference between a $200,000 earner and also a $2 million earner is just the number of zeros on the paper. Yes, it might be, but I've seen that the seven-figure earners they are one bad quarter away from a total collapse. And this is just a high pressure job with better wallpaper. Let me say that again. The difference between someone earning $200,000 in a year and a $2 million in a year is not just that number of zero behind that on that paycheck. No, it is not that alone, but it is because they are one bad quarter away from a total collapse. And it's just because they have to be there. They have to exchange their time for money. They have to physically be there. So today we are moving past high earner habits and we are stepping into the CEO level money standard, because it's not just about earning that money. It's not just about earning that income. High earners like doctors, like VPs, early founders, tech startups, they are actually income statement affluence. They earn well, meaning that if the paycheck stops today, the life stops. That is what that income statement affluence means. Do you see? And I have some statistics to back some of this data that we'll be talking about today. Guess what? There are some things that is going to feel as if it's above your head or it's over your head. But trust me, I just want you to stay a little bit with me and you'll be able to, get some of that. All right. So some of the stats that I'm sharing today is according to our Federal Reserve data for Q1 of 2026, as in this year we are in, the top 1%, they now hold nearly 32% of all household wealth. Can you believe that? 1% of the top wealthy, they hold 32% of all household wealth, while the bottom 50% holds just 2.5%. But this is the secret. Most of the high earners, they are actually in the middle. They are stuck on the treadmill where their expenses rise faster than their raises. I was here before. A lot of people are here before. But when you learn the system, when you learn that it's not about how much you are collecting or how much you are earning, it's about what you are doing with it, building a business around it, living within your means. And because you have a goal to eventually save, to invest, so that the returns from your investment is going to be funding the life that you pursue. In fact, in 2017, home prices have skyrocketed by 80%, while the median earnings only grew by 38%. So if you are just working for salary, guess what? You are losing on the game of inflation. Inflation, we talk about this year over year, 2 to 3%, even sometimes 4% every year, inflation. So if you are just working for salary, you are on that wrong game. And I want you to put it in the chat. Put one in the chat. Put one in the chat. If you feel like you are earning more than ever, but somehow you are keeping less than you would like, put it in the chat. I want you to put it in the chat. Either you are on LinkedIn Live with us, or you are on YouTube, because we are on YouTube Live as well. I want you to put it in the chat. I want to see your comment, please. Yes, I know we have over 10 people. Yes, I want you to put it in the chat. Let me remove this. All right, thank you. Yes. But thank you so much for joining me. I can see my people. Yes. This is a struggle, and it's real. A lot of us, we are still on that journey of attaining the financial independence, so that we can ultimately achieve financial freedom. So this is real. This is real. A problem here, that we are setting the standard right now, building the foundation block by block, day after day, while we make decisions, while we make that purchases. All of the decisions that we are making, guess what? They are adding towards us achieving that financial freedom. And whenever we have a goal, and I know I said this a lot, even on this show, that whenever you have a goal, guess what? You can take some step back and have a delayed gratification, because now you have a goal. You want to pay down with debt. Now you have a goal. Every dollar, every kobo, every money that comes into your hand has something to do, because you are using it towards a goal. I want you to remember this. Income is what you collect. That is how much you earn. Wealth is what you keep. Wealth is what you keep. Wealth is what you keep. Income is what you take, what you collect. Wealth is what you keep. You know what financial freedom is? My darling sister and brother, financial freedom is control. What you control. So let me go back to what you control. That is it. That is it. Income is what you keep. Income is what you collect. Wealth is what you keep. Financial freedom is what you control. For high earners, they work for money. And all of us work for money. Don't get me wrong. But how do we build wealth? How is it that we are not going to be living paycheck to paycheck? Wealth builders make money work for them. Why high earners, they only work for money. And if your lifestyle expands at the same rate as you are having more money, at the same time as you are having raises, right? You are not getting richer. You are just getting a faster treadmill. And that is what we talk about at every point in time. Have a goal of what you want to achieve. And this is going to really help you not to have that lifestyle creep I'll put it, lifestyle creep, such that as you earn more money, you are spending at the rate which you are having raises, and at the rate where you are having more income, your lifestyle is increasing. All right. So today we'll be talking about, three pillars of the wealth standard, of that CEO standard that we work. Because remember, we already talked about it, that it's not because of how much we are earning. Even if you are earning $200 per hour right now, or you are earning $2,000 per hour, or even if it is $95 per hour you are earning right now, it's not about the amount that you are earning that really, matter. And of course, it does matter, because at every stage of life that you are in is going to define, this is what I can do at this stage. And that is why, as human, we are created to want more. We want to be more. That is how God has created us. We want to be more, have more, do more, create more, and live life, expansively, live life fully on our own terms. So we'll talk about these three pillars today, as we are setting standard for ourselves as the CEO mindset. We are coming out of that employee mindset towards owning mindset, a CEO mindset, or ownership mindset. These are the three pillars. The first one is arbitrage. And I try to learn to pronounce this very well, right? Because I know so many, they were like arbitrage, arbitrage. However, I call it arbitrage. Just take it from me like that today, right? So the first pillar is the time leverage. And then the second pillar is the asymmetry, or we call it asset allocation. And we have to master this. If you are building wealth, don't say tax is not my thing. I don't like taxes. I don't. Right? I don't. As much as, but if you want to build wealth, guess what? You have to stretch yourself to learn that thing, so that it's going to help you in terms of building wealth. And then the third pillar is the automation and the waterfall. And I'm going to be using some analogy today that is going to help you, so that this thing is going to land. If you don't take anything out, at least take one thing that you're going to do. Take one thing that you're going to, take one thing that you're going to, implement immediately, starting from today. Don't say tomorrow. Don't say, oh, but when I finish that program, wealth building starts block by block, day after day, one decision away from another. That is how we start to build wealth. All right. So let's get started with the first pillar, which is the time leverage, or what I call the arbitrage. And then what high earners do, let me put it up again so that you see. So what high earners do is, high earners, they brag about how much and how many hours they work. We all do that. Like, oh, I work 60 hours a week. I work 45 hours, 50 hours a week. Yeah, it's good. You know what that means? It just means that we are not lazy. We have a hustle habit, and it's not because we just want to have a hustle. It's because while we have that capacity at this time, we work. Even the Bible said it. In your prime age, when there is this capacity for you, work where it is day. We work, we have the energy, we have the strength for a lot of people, I would say, right? So bragging about how many hours I do in a week, in a day, it gives us fulfillment, and it's like, okay, I'm a really hard worker. I'm putting my best into what I'm doing. But guess what? Wealth builders, what they brag about is about how many hours they've bought back. I am telling you, this has really changed my mindset, my mindset, even how I am still growing, even in my own wealth building and all of that. Because remember, it's not about the amount of money. It's first start in our own mindset. While high earners, the VPs, the doctors, the lawyers, why all of them brag about how many hours they work, wealth builders brag about how many hours they bought back. Let us sink for a minute. How many hours are you buying back by yourself? It's your decision. I want you to put it in the chat. Are you doing enough by buying back your time, or you are part of those WhatsApp group that will drive 10 miles away to save on 5 cents of gallon of for a gas. How many hours are you buying back for yourself in a day, in a week? Because you have the wealth builder mindset, you have a CEO mindset. And as a CEO, your job is to move from high volume labor, just like what I share, high volume labor to high leverage decisions. High leverage decisions. Put it back. Right? High leverage decisions. If you look at it here, when you want to buy back your time, you want to identify your floor price per hour. How much is that bringing for you? You want to buy back your time. You want to buy back your time. What is your floor hour in terms of the price? What is your floor price per hour? Begin to live it, begin to embody it. Clarity first is the first step. Get clarity on what is my floor price per hour. Don't say, oh, but when I get this or when I finish this. No, define what that means for you to buy back your time. Another thing for you to think like a CEO in terms of high volume labor, converting that to high level decision is delegate tasks below your pay grade. Delegate tasks. Delegate tasks. If you were $200 per hour professionals, right? If you're a $200 per hour professional and you are spending 5 hours a week on a $20 hour admin task, guess what? You are effectively burning $900 a week. That difference, $900 a week, you are burning it. A CEO level standard, you dictate that invest and you reinvest your surplus into labor, or you invest it into systems immediately. Let me say that again. Let me paint the picture. Let's say that if anyone wants to book your time, you charge a $200 per hour, right? And you have 5 hours. And what you are booking that time for, instead of you to have those clients that you're supposed to spend that 5 hours with, but you are saying, oh, you know what, I have some work to do. After I, let me have a meeting with this person, and then I will go, let me do this task that I need to do. And it's going to take you 5 hours to complete those tasks. But when you look at the actual cost of that task, they are $20 per hour. Rather than you sitting down and getting into the weeds, getting it done, and you check those to-do lists and say, yeah, today was very productive. I was able to get all of those things off my plate. And you're so excited about it. But you know what would have saved you? You would have delegated it. Hire someone, get that done, while you go focus and figure out how can you have more 5 or 4 more people, because you already have one meeting that cost you $200, that earn you $200 per hour. But you can work on your marketing, you can work on your website, you can send out emails for you to get 5 more people or 4 more people into your program that you will earn $200 per hour. But you were in here trying to clear off your plate with a $20 per hour task. So as a CEO, you think about it, and when you look at your week, you say, okay, you know what? This is not going to repeat itself again. Let me find someone on Upworks or on Fiverr that can help me get this thing out of my way, so that I can focus on money generating activities. And that is how wealthy people do. That is how CEO think. Do you see? Between that $200 per hour and $20 tasks, guess what? You are not burning that difference of $900 a week. A CEO level standard dictates that you reinvest your surplus into labor and into system immediately. So don't be found getting into the weeds of all of that. Reinvest the surplus into your labor, into software, into AI. Some of us, we have to let me bring this down. Some of us, we have to go, including myself, learn how to use AI so that it's going to save us a lot of time. Am I learning it? Yes. Am I learning at the rate I should? No, because I have other things. But we should, in this year, by the end of this year, there is nobody that say, oh, I'm below 30, I'm above 40. And you see some Instagram that I don't like to see that ads that say if you are over 40, learn how to use it. Who told you that over 40 doesn't learn how to use it? We are learning it. Don't insult us over 40 people, Mm-mm. So I'm employing everyone, either you are over 40, over 50, however, by the end of this year, you should know how to, leverage AI. So as a CEO, and we know that there is this new technology, new software, AI is there, we should learn so that we can leverage and focus our attention, our energy on money generating activities that is going to help us so that we achieve our goals. Do you see that? I started, I love quotes right now because I am in the season where I'm reading a lot of books and I'm getting quotes here and there and all of that. So I want to share this quote that says, rich people buy time, poor people buy stuff. And I don't want to use the word poor, but by Alex, I just wanted to share this with you. Rich people buy time. You know what poor people do? Or people that are trying to come out of struggle and all of that, living paycheck to paycheck. They buy stuff. I buy stuff. Today alone, I'm clearing my garage and I was like, all of these things I bought because I think, and my husband think we're going to need them someday. Guess what? We tie money down. Now I'm throwing them off and I'm feeling guilty. And some of them, it's very hard to give away or to throw things off because we think poor people buy stuff, rich people buy time. And that is my question to you. That is my insight to you today, is to begin to think about it. This thing I want to buy, does it worth it? Is it necessary at this time? Will it help me? And will it move the needle of my goal that I'm trying to achieve? Before you go around and buy that. So I wanted to put it in the chat, please. Oh, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I'm seeing a lot of engagement. Yes, thank you. Yes, I can see Jamie, thank you for joining. I can see Time Out with Kesh. Kesh, thank you for joining. Yeah, I wanted to put it in the chat. What is one task that you did this last week that was below your paycheck? Put it in the chat. What is that one task that you did that was below your paycheck? Because by the time you calculate how much you're earning in 2 weeks or in 1 month, and you divide it by 30 or by 14 or by 15, and you know that this task, it's really below my paycheck because you know how much you work per hour, at least at this time, put it in the chat. Let's name the time thieves because they are what? They are time thieves. Put it in the chat. All of those things, anything we are doing that is below our paycheck, where we can focus and do something else, is what is called, or they are called, time thieves. And as a CEO, we have to identify these time thieves as we are going even along in this year. All right, so put it in the chat. Thank you so much. Yes, I can see some comment, some comment coming in. All right, yes. Yes, this is really interesting. Let's quickly get into the second pillar. Right, the second pillar says the asymmetry, asymmetry, symmetry. Please take it from me like that. Or we call it asset allocation. You know why? A lot of high earners, they focus on linear income. 1 hour is equal to 1 unit of pay. Linear, just linear. But how wealth builders like you, a CEO mindset, ownership mindset like you, we seek a symmetry return. And the asymmetry return is just the fixed risk with infinite upside. Like, it's keep going up, infinite, going up. Oh, just like future, oh, but it's not going to be linear like high earners. 1 hour is equals to 1 unit. That is for for employee mindset, right? So yes, CEO looks like they looks for a symmetry, small fixed risks, investing in intellectual property, startups, tech startups, equity, all of those offer infinite, uncapped upside while you sleep. While you sleep, darling, while you sleep. But sometimes, for some of us that right now we have only our 9 to 5, or we have only one single source of income, guess what? We are going to hustle first. It's just what it is. We are going to put in the hours because something great that is going to happen in our life requires energy, requires our time, sweat, tears, blood, because we are starting it, we are building that foundation. So I don't despise that. Yes, you're putting in hustling mode while you are starting it. Every one of us do. I do that call when I don't want to. Sometimes I shift and I disobey my calendar rules, right? I do things that I'll say, oh, this thing I said I'm not going to do it. You know what? I'm still in that hustling mode because I am building something that is going to last. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to stay in that hustle mode for a long time, because now you have to leverage. Now you have to build a system that is going to really help you. So there is a study that talks about, okay, before I do that, okay, I really want to talk about a study, while I was reading, there is this S&P, there is, no, not there is, last year, 2025, S&P rose by 16%. A lot of us know that. In fact, I have a particular asset, bucket, I would say, where I tell people, like, you see, even though I will make illustration, I will tell you, oh, if the market does well, because we try to be conservative when we are showing it. And I made 16%. And I was like, oh yeah, even though 16% is gross, by the time I'm netting it, it's still around 10%, 11%. So that was really a good return. But a few weeks ago, the market was down. And it's just what it is, right? There is up and down in the market. But last year, S&P rose by 16% and the NASDAQ rose by 20%. That is really high when it comes to a lot of people that have stake, put their money, put their asset in this buckets, or in this portfolio, Well, but while high earners were busy saving in low yield savings, like, I have 2% here, I have 3% here, they put it in CDs. All that are not bad. I'm not saying they are, but guess what? Risk takers, wealth builders, they saw their portfolio grew by 25%. And I am one of them. Yes, getting into it because there are opportunities. It's not just only that, get that increment, that 20% through automated exposure to private markets, to AI-driven equity. And I've been saying this a lot. In fact, some of us, that if you want to get into investment, you can start from a very low, I call it REITs. There are REITs, real estate investment trust, equity, what's it called? Stock that you can buy. You can buy AI-driven equity, right? You can start to invest in all of this. Just start small, $50, $20, $100. We are in the tax season right now. There's a lot of money flowing around. Wise up, wise up, wise up, guys. Wise up. Well builders, put in your money. Even the Bible said it, that cast your bread upon many waters. Don't spend that money and go and buy another car. Car is a liability asset. If what you have right now is still serving you, have a delay. gratification a little bit. Let this your asset begin to bring in some money for you at least. Do you see? I want you to put it in the chat. Between scale of 1 to 10, between scale of 1 to 10, how much of your income is active right now? How much is active? Meaning that if you stop, it stop, which is like clocking in, clocking out. How much of that is it that if you stop, between scale of 1 to 10, if you stop the income stop, how much is that? Versus your passive, which is give me, which is the passive is while you sleep, or maybe you doesn't need your active, presence. You don't have to be there, and you are earning. How much of that? How much of that? I want you to put a between scale of 1 to 10. Yes, I'm looking at the chat. Thank you, Mr. Lumide, for joining. Thank you. Yes, the presentation will be available to watch later. It's on YouTube, and my team member, you can put the YouTube link here, so you can click on it and watch it later. Yes. So if you have to leave, if you have to go join your meeting, yes, you can. You can come back and you can watch this. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, so put it between scale of 1 to 10, your passive versus your active, and your active income is, if you stop working today, your income stop. That is active. Then passive one is if you stop working, or if you don't put in that level of effort again, even if you sleep, money still comes in. How much of that? Look at it. And we're going to round up, briefly. Let's quickly get into the 10th one, right? The 10th one, I talk about power of equity right now. That is what a lot of high. Oh, I didn't talk about this. Okay, the pillar, the third pillar, is the automation and the waterfall. The automation and the waterfall. So let's get into it. So three things I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be using the analogy of the reservoir, the growth stream, and the lifestyle overflow. And let me quickly touch on it because I'm looking at the time. All right. So the waterfall system, what does that mean? The waterfall system, if your wealth requires your heartbeat to exist, you don't have wealth, you have a job. Let me say that again. If your wealth requires your heartbeat to exist, like you have to be there with your heartbeat, then you don't have wealth yet. So you don't have wealth yet. You have a job. So you need a financial waterfall. And the way the CEO system works, I want you to put it down. If you're writing, if you're journaling, please put it down. Write it down. The three analogy we are using here, talk about the waterfall system, right? The reservoir, the growth stream, and the lifestyle overflow. Yeah. So let me bring it down. I hope you've written that down. All right. Yeah. So the reservoir is 6 months of survival burn rate. 6 months of survival burn rate. What is burn rate? Guys, what is burn rate? How much does it cost to be you every month? That is your burn rate. And these metrics you're going to, as a CEO, so let me quickly give you, as a CEO, or as someone that thinks like a CEO, or you have that ownership mindset, 3 metrics that you must track. The monthly, weekly. Your first one is burn rate. I first of all heard this from my husband. And today I was just so excited, when I was sharing with, I'm going to be talking about a subject that I really learned from you, because every time I was like, what is your burn rate? I am the spender, is the really conservative one. So I spend. I just love to spend. So, and it was like, your burn rate is more than this, your burn rate. Like, which one is your burn rate? Your burn rate, your burn rate, all right? So while I was, putting this together, I really dive deep into what burn rate is and how it's really in proportional to building wealth and all of that. But your burn rate today, I want you to put it down or put it in your memory, is how much does it cost to be you every month? How much does it cost? And for some of us, we have kids, we have spouses and all of that. But for you, even your own contribution to the family, to the purse, how much does it cost to be you every month? That's the burn rate. Another metrics that you must track as a CEO is asset to expense ratio. Asset to expense ratio. You know what that is? What percentage of your bills are paid by investment versus your salary? This one, it entered me because my expenses, they're still being paid by my salary. I won't call it salary, by what I earn, my income. I'll put it that way. And I have income in different ways or in different, channels. But now the goal is, let me grow that channel so that all my expenses, including my mortgage, right, is going to be paid by my asset returns. Whatsoever my asset is returning is going to be get paid by them. Then the third metrics as a CEO that you must track is that is called some people call it FU money. I don't like to use that word, but we call it in our community your Bedazzled Life number, or we call it your Freedom Day number or your Freedom number. So many people call it so many things, but let's just call it Freedom number. And what Freedom number is, what Freedom number is the exact dollar amount where work becomes optional. And that's why some people call it FU money, because what if your boss decides to do something that you don't want to do? You know what to say? I'm checking out. So until you have that money and you have it there, I can make work optional for you because you don't want to do what you don't want to do, or you only want to do what aligns with your value and just to give you fulfillment. You can walk out of any situation. You must have that money, right? So those are the three numbers that you start to track: your burn rate, your asset to expense ratio, and the freedom number money. Do you see? And this is very critical. So let me break it back up, right? Yes. So as a CEO, your 6 months of survival burn rate, liquidity, or peace of mind, you have to have it. It's very important. Have it. Have it. Don't let lifestyle creep enter, because as you are establishing that second stream of income, you are increasing your lifestyle. No, let the goal be you establishing that second stream of income, and whatsoever coming from in there, either you are investing into that business or you are investing it in asset generation, revenue, in terms of the asset is generating revenue and you invest in it, right? And the end goal is whatsoever you are earning, your income growth or your income gain, your growth gain, and all of this gain and profit, you want it to be able to fund the life that you want. And that's why we talk about retire on your own terms. Do you see? You want to retire. Is that my... Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay. Let me get another mic. I hope you can hear me. I don't know where my mic is. Okay. Yes. Can you still hear me? Toby, can you hear me? Let me remove it. Can you hear me? I want to make sure everyone is still here.
We can hear you now.
Okay, good. All right. So that's it. Sorry about that. Retiring on your own terms, as you can see here. The goal is you want to be able to fund your life with your asset, of what you are creating. Yes. So getting back to it, we are rounding up right now. The three analogy that I said I'm going to talk to you about is the waterfall as the reservoir, your 6 months of expense, 3 to 6 months, you want to have that of your survival burn rate. The second is your growth stream, meaning that 20% of every dollar goes to asset before you see it, before you touch it. 20% or whatsoever percentage. And when we are talking about the FIRE, financial independent and early retirement, or financial independent retire early, for you to get into that state, guess what? A lot of high earners, high performer, a lot of professionals, they are saving 60%, 70% 55% of their income, and that's why they could actually retire by 35, by 40, by 30, some of them, because they are saving at a very high rate, and when they know that they are, because I did the same thing as well, even though the number was small, but at least for where I was at that time, with my level of understanding around what I want to earn, retiring early, it's about saving much more. And by the time you save much more and you still want to live a desired life, guess what? You go and establish that second stream of income, that third stream of income, because you don't want to live small. You don't want to live on budget. Is it good to live on budget? Yes. But for some of us that really believe God wants us to live a full life, live a life on your own terms, you have to not think about, this is the small I want to live on. Rather, this is what my life is going to cost me at this time. This is how much I have. There is an income gap. How can I fill this income gap? And that's what we do in Fired Up. That's what we do here in Fired Up community. We don't live small, we live expansively. We ask questions around, how can I fill my income gap to live the life that I want to live fully on my own term? Do you see? And then the third one is the lifestyle overflow. You only spend what is left after the machine is fed. You only spend, and talk about that lifestyle overflow. If it is not enough, begin to think about how can you use your skill, your experiences. Stop trading your experiences. Stop trading your talent and stop renting it to your employer. Start using it. Help people solve problems. So only spend what is left after the machine is fed. Not that you pay everybody except yourself. You pay everybody except your tithe. You pay everybody except your future. You have to have a system that's going to really help you on this. You know why? Wealth is what you don't see. Wealth is the cars you don't purchase. Wealth is that diamond that is not bought. Getting rich really begins with the right mindset, the right words, the right plan. Yes, I know Robert Kiyosaki has said that. Do you see? Getting rich begins with the right mindset. It's not how much I earn. That matters. It really matters. But it's how much you keep, the right words that come out of it. What is your mindset? What are you speaking from your mouth? What are you attracting? What are you praying as a child of God, as a Christian, as a believer? What are you voice printing? Is it the reality or the truth? What have God said concerning you? And do you have the right plan? Because it's totally different for you to have the right mindset and you have the right words, but you are not strategic about it. My mentor, my coach, DDK, always talk about moving from prophetic into pragmatic. You move from prophetic into pragmatic. You are not just praying and praying in tongues and trusting God alone. What are you putting in place? What plan are you putting in place for you to turn that prophetic into pragmatic, into strategy that is going to turn to real tangible result for you? So I want you to put it in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Who better? Thank you for everyone that is joining us. Yes, I wanted to put it in the chat. Who here has their investment automated so that they, it happens on the 1st of every month or every 15th of the month? I do 1st, I do 15th. Who here? I want you to put it in the chat. Type system in the chat. If you are automated or you are manual. Are you automated? Are you manual? Are you automated? If you're automated or if you are manual, or every month you still have to decide, like, this month, what am I going to do? What am I going to do this month? Type system if you're already fully automated. Type manual if you have to think every month. I wanted to do that. Do that. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. And if you're watching this as a replay, still put it in the comment section. Are you fully automated? Every month or every first month or every 10th, every 15th of the month or every 28th of the month, something is going because it's already automated. Or you have to decide every month to say, this month, I think I will do 5%. Oh, this month, I think I will do, no. What we are talking about being a CEO is being automated. All right, let me see. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Yeah. So, what are we doing? Okay. You know what? Because of our time, we're going to finish this next week. We are going to finish up this CEO stand. I know we started last week and it's been very interesting, seeing everyone. So let me bring it out. I still have some things to share with us. Yes, I have some things to share with us. I want us to come next week, come and finish up this one. Or maybe we can even finish. Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? Okay, let's quickly finish it up. In 5 minutes, we are done. And so that by next week is another month, we are starting on something else. Okay, so let's round it up. And of course, throughout the course of, every week that we come in here, guess what? We are still doing, we are still having this conversation. So it's never a week by week thing. The conversation continues. So it's not that, oh, we are not doing this or we are doing this. No. All right, so let's master the shift, moving from operator to owner, moving from operating your finances. You are the operator of your finances to being the owner. You are the owner. You are the one taking the charge. You are moving with, yes, this is what I need to do. This is me focusing on, what really matter. We talk about that mindset. We talk about the mindset. We talk about having voice printing. We talk about a lot of things. So right now, if you really want to master the shift, you want to move from that being an operator, doing things manually, you have to decide month in, month out, into becoming the owner, having that CEO mindset. And I want to take this with you, as we are entering into a new month. March is the last month of Q1. And some of us, we have goals for Q1. What are the things that we want to achieve? So we want to move from, even if right now you are earning so much, or you are earning a little bit, or you're an average, the high earning operator, they focus on making more money. And we talk about making more money here as well, because guess what? We want to get into our financial freedom. So move from making more money into focusing, owning more. So you are not just earning more, but how much can you own this Q1 of 2026? As CEO wealth builder, think about owning more. Think about being an owner, having an ownership mindset. Even while you are still in your 9 to 5, but when you have an ownership mindset, it changes the game for you, because you see the problem differently. You see it as, this is what I need. This is my responsibility. Not that, if I do it and, it's not my father's business. No, it's not my father's business. It's not having an ownership mindset. So focus from making more, which you will make more, but now embody that mindset of, I want to own more. Then the second thing, as we are getting into the ownership mindset, you want to move from trading time for money, trading your time for dollar, for euro, for naira, trading your time, your heartbeat, being in a place because you have to be there to earn. Turn that and trade it into capital for money. What can your money do for you? What can your money do for you? And then the third thing is stop asking, how can I do this? Into who can do this for me? How can I do this to who? So, and I know there is a book on from how to who. There is one book like that. I know I have it. So when you have that, once I get the title of the book, I'll put it in the description so you can see. That book is going to really help you as well. I know I read the summary sometimes, but you stop asking, how can I do this, to who can do this for me? That is ownership mindset. That is a CEO standard you are setting for yourself. Do you see? That is that analogy we talk about, your hour being a $200 per hour. and you know that someone that can do this, you can get somebody to do that same thing, even sometimes excellently than you, because you know what, that is their own area of specialization. You can get it done actually, good. It might be your own zone of competence, but it might be their own zone of genius. Do you see? And you don't have to be a genius in everything. You can be competent and be able to get some things done. So move from how can I do it to who can do this for me? And of course, the last thing that I want you to take out of today's conversation, shifting from employee mindset, setting a standard for yourself as a CEO, even while you're still on that 9 to 5, or even when you're still building your business, is lifestyle expand with income. Move that mindset from that lifestyle creep into your net worth expand with system. Start to think in systems. And I know there is a book as well on thinking, system thinking, or thinking in systems. Yeah, thinking in systems. Start to think in systems. Build a system, no matter how small. Build a process. I'm working on that myself. I am a go, get big picture, just diving into things. Thanks to my team member, Toby. He's always like, okay, let's build this. Let's have this. Because as a CEO, you are execution oriented, or not. You shouldn't be execution oriented. You should be big picture person. You should be like, okay, what's the bottom line? What are we earning, or what are we doing? You are just this go, and sometimes you take some step back, but begin to move from let's build a system that doesn't require our efforts 24/7, that doesn't require we being there. Build a system that even while you are doing some other things, this one is not holding you back. And I talk about this software that is really helping startups, entrepreneurs, business owner. Is called Go High Level. That is really Go High Level. I know some of you maybe must have heard about it, or you don't know about it. It's really helping professionals that have side gigs, helping startups, helping business owners. And I'm going to put a link in the chat. If you want to try it for free, you can try it and see how it's going to help you build your system. I'm going through the moment right now where I'm coaching high professionals, this 90 days wealth clarity and system in building their system such that by the time they grow it, they don't need to be there. Their system is going to be helping them pick a call, even if they are not they are not available at that time. Their AI agent is going to help them pick a call, answer to them, and so that they are not missing any business opportunity. If you remember rule by Warren Buffett, he said there are 2 rules if you are building wealth, and this is what I am closing out with. Let me remove this. Yeah, this is what I'm closing out with today. Warren Buffett said that 2 rules when you're building a business, when you're building a wealth. So rule number 1, never lose money. Never, ever, ever lose money. Even as a risk taker, as you must have studied, you must have done your research, do the due diligence, then put it in. Rule number 1, never lose money. Do you know what rule number 2 is? Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. That means 0 tolerance to losing money. Go High Level is really going to help you. I hope they sponsor this. I hope they sponsor this session. But here, they're really going to help you as a small business owner, as a professional, having a side gig. You want to automate things, you want to build your system. Go High Level is going to help you. And I'm going to put my link in the description. You can try it. It's a 14 days trial. You don't have to pay anything until you learn. Yes. And of course, you're going to see the value, and you can try it and then, take your business to the next level. All right. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I really want to appreciate you. I hope you have taken something out of today's conversation. We are not joking this year. We are not going to stay small. We are going to expand. We are going to establish our businesses. We are going to form that LLC, turn our LLC from a single member LLC to a partnership or to an S Corp for people in US. And wherever you are in the world, guess what? You are moving to the next level when it comes to your business. And we are establishing that second stream of income, that third stream of income. We are going to do big stuff this year. And I am here with you, all along. By this time, December, we're going to be sharing our wins, going to be sharing some of those things that we did throughout the course of the year, those big steps, doing it afraid, scared, all of these other things that really make us. And then we're going to achieve our financial goals. All right. Until I see you next week, stay blessed by the blessed, stay fired up. Do not give up your goals because God is with you. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. This is your girl, Lola Wealth. Bye for now.